Good evening, good evening, good evening, my brothers and sisters. How are you doing this beautiful evening? We are about to approach the weekend. I hope that you all had a productive week that the Lord has made. Come on in, brothers and sisters. Welcome to the dinner table with your brother Tony. If this is your first time coming to eat with us, uh, the rest of you brothers and sisters and friends, allow me to introduce myself. My name is Tony M. Toomer, and I talk about relationships. I talk about relationship basically from a spiritual point of view. When I say spiritual, I believe strongly that God established the relationship first with a man. Secondly, God established a relationship with a woman. God represented the woman to the man because God took a rib out of the man named Adam and he formed the woman Eve and he represented Eve to Adam. And when God brought the woman back to Adam, Adam said in the presence of God, in reference to Eve, Adam said, bone of my bone, flesh of my flesh. I should call her woman because she came from man. That's the type of relationship that I'm talking about, my brother and sister. It's documented in the book of Genesis, and that's how God started relationship off. God started relationship off with one man, one woman, and himself in the mix of a relationship. So if you believe in any other type of relationship, my brother and sister, you have what is called a free will. You can do whatever you choose to do. But if you're at the dinner table tonight, or if you smell something on the menu and you're standing around and you want to get in on it, by all means, sit down at the dinner table. We have plenty of food for the soul. So I'm encouraging you to come and sit down and get some of this good soul food, okay? And welcome, welcome, welcome. Now, we about to get into a particular topic. If you look on the menu for tonight, when you look at the menu, what's on the menu for tonight? It is a man must master how to love his woman on an in-depth level. Listen carefully to what I'm saying. Don't hear me. Listen to what I'm saying. A man must master how to love his woman, not another man, woman, or women, plural, but a man must master how to love his woman on an in-depth level. Welcome, Sister Flo. Welcome to the dinner table. And come on in, my brothers and sisters. Come on in and sit down. And I'm encouraging all of you to come in. You can make your comments to me, and I will respond to you. And I would like for you all to know that I'm on two different platforms. I'm on the book and I'm on the tube. If you're on the tube and I make a comment to those on the book, those of you on the tube may not see the comment from the book, and vice versa. Those of you that are on the book and someone on the tube make a comment, you may not see it, but we're all family here. Okay, we're all family. So I just want you all to know. Now, let's talk. There are so many relationship coaches, my brother and sister. There are so many relationship coaches. There are so many books out there, though. There are so many DVDs. There are so many relationship platforms and stuff that try to tell a man how to love a woman. How you doing, Sister Cheryl? Welcome to the dinner table. But check this out. Most men, as well as some women, don't have a clue on how to love a woman. You understand that? Most men don't. And most women don't. No. And that's what we're going to discuss at the dinner table. But before we get into it, listen to this. We're going to go to God's word first. Okay, we're going to get this appetizer in. When we go to Ephesians 5:25, Ephesians 5:25, Ephesians 5:25, it is written, husband, love your wives just as Christ loved the church and gave himself up for her. I'm going to say that two more times. Husband, love your wives just as Christ loved the church and gave himself up for her. Again, how you doing, mother? Welcome to the dinner table. It said, husband, love your wives as Christ loved the church and gave himself up for her. Now, in order to love a woman the right way, in order to love a woman the right way, from a biblical standpoint, some of you brothers, if you tell a woman that you love her, my question to you is this: are you engaged to that woman moving towards getting married? Or better yet, are you already married to that woman? How can you say you love a woman when you're not engaged to her moving towards being married with a date set? You understand? You don't leave that date open with a date set, or you already married to her. So, sisters, I'm going to tell you this tonight. If any of you are in a relationship with a man and he's not engaged to you, moving with a date set to get married, or he's married, he doesn't love you. You understand that? Real men of God, they're going to be all in. They're going to be 100% all in. Now, worldly men, they may say they are serious. They may say they committed. And listen to what I said. Worldly men, sons of Satan, they will give you all that fluff, but they're not serious. They will say they're 100% in. They're not all 100% in. If they're not engaged to you or moving towards marrying you or married. I know some men going to disagree with what I say. But like I told you, my sisters, on plenty of time, and this is not no attack on men, but we men know, and I know this coming out the playbook, we know, and I always tell you that we know how far we want to go with you. It doesn't take us that long period of time to decide. Now, it's two words that I want to expound to you, not explain. I'm going to expound two words to you. Remember, on the top of the menu, I said a man must master how to love his woman on an in-depth level. The first word that we're going to define from the dictionary is the word called master. And I'm not talking about no master on no plantation over minorities. I'm not talking about that. What I'm talking about, the word master from this perspective. The word master is defined as having or showing very great skills or proficiency. That's what the word master means. Having or showing great skills or proficiency. The Jedi Master. Brother, are you a Jedi Master? Or we're going to the next word. It's called in-depth. When we say in-depth, when we look in the dictionary, the word in-depth is defined as comprehensive and thorough, extensive, thorough, or profound, done carefully and in great details. So a man must master, and it must be in-depth. Now, a man must master how to love his woman, not any woman, not women, not plural, his woman. No, if a man have more than one woman in his life, come closer. He cannot love one woman how she needs to be loved. When I say that, if a man have another woman in his life, and let's say he call himself married to two women. If a man call himself married to two women, there's no way both of those women are on the same level. One gonna get more than the other. No man can love more than one woman equally. As King Solomon, he had 1,000 of them. He had 1,000. He had 700 wives, and the rest were concubines. Solomon was the wisest man that ever lived on earth outside of the Lord, but he could not master loving one woman the right way. So when you multiply women, all of them are not going to get the best. There's no way all of them can get the best. Even if a man claim he love, even if a man make an agreement with more than one woman, and they know about one another, one of them going to get slighted. One of them going to get slighted. Now, how can a man master how to love his woman? You see, the man, he got to master how to love his woman. And in order for the man to master his how to love his woman, it goes back to what I just said from God's word. It said, husband, love your wife. Let's stop there. What type of relationship is the man in? What type of relationship is this man in? How you doing, Sister Pamela? Welcome to the dinner table. What type of relationship is the Bible talking about? It said husband. Does it say boyfriend? Does it say live in? Does it say boo? God's word. Then it said love your wife. Does it say girlfriend? Does it say boo? Does it say 12 a.m. in the morning time and after? Does it say that? No. God specifically guided Paul to say to the Ephesians, husband, love your wife. Now, as I stated, the man must be engaged, moving towards marriage with a date. I have told you all before that when a man is in a relationship with a woman, a man knows within a short period of time, a man needs to set a date before a year. And I'm being generous. A man should have a date within a year when he want to advance this relationship. Any man, sister, that you are currently in a relationship with that is going beyond a year and you call him your man, how can you call him your man? And you've been in a relationship with this man going on 5, 10, 15, 20 years. How can he be your man? He's not your man. And you're not his woman because he's not all in. Yes, I said it. He's not all in. A man that's serious about you, he will be 100% all in. He's not going to be partial. He's not going to say, I'm trying to find myself. He's not going to be saying things like, I got to get to know you better. Because no man is going to know 100% about you anyway, sister. And neither will you know 100% about the man. It's a learning process. It's a growth. That man is not Jesus. So he can't know all about you. It's a process of time when he learns about you. And the same thing, sister, it's a process of time when you learn about the man. That's why I always say, my brother and sister, you all know I say this all the time. At the beginning of a relationship, you got to say that quick prayer to God to give you discernment on whether or not you're going to go the distance with this man or that woman. I have told you all before, when you date, you don't date for fun. You date for an interview. You can have fun on the interview, but it's an interviewing process, so you won't be wasting one another's time. Now, a man must master how to love his woman on an in-depth level. How can a man do this? A husband, love your wife just as Christ loved the church. Let's stop there. Just like Christ loved the church. That's the pattern. How Christ loved the church. Just as Christ loved the church. That's right, Sister Flo. It's a process of time getting to know her. Just as Christ loved the church. How did Jesus love the church? First of all, what is the church? The church is a group of called out people. The church is not a building. Let's get this right tonight, my brother and sister. A church is a group of called out people. Jesus called people out. People don't call Jesus out. Jesus made the first move as far as initiating a relationship. Everything, let me tell you something, my brother and sister. You can't get saved by yourself. To tell you the truth, my brother and sister, none of us look to get saved. We say we're looking to get saved. No, we don't. We look to have a sinful life. Jesus made the initiative, and what Jesus do, we can call it wooing. What does wooing mean? Getting their attention. That's what wooing means. Jesus get our attention as the church. You see, Jesus, he is just like, he want to establish a permanent relationship. When it comes to the church, Jesus did not play with people's life. Jesus let you know straight up what he looking out for you. That's what Jesus do. He let the church know that he looking out for her. And Jesus represent like a groom. The church is like a potential bride. When the groom come, he gently asks, "Can I come into your life?" He knocked on the door and he said, "Can I come into your life?" He's knocking on the door of your heart. He's not beating on the door, he's knocking. He letting you know his intent. And not only does he let you know his intent, he says something like, "Look, I want the best for you. It's not about me. It's about you. There are some things that I need to do for you." You see, that Jesus mentality. Jesus does not come say, "I want to do things for you." Jesus said, "I need to do some things for you." And as you brothers and sisters know, there's a big difference between the word need and want. Need is a necessity. Want is optional. So when Jesus comes and a man needs to look at Jesus' pattern, he comes with a serious plan in mind. Jesus came to be serious. He wants to commit to you, and he wants you to commit to him. Case in point, like I have told some of you all this, bear with me again. That woman up there on that picture with me, Cinderella. When I met her, I took the Jesus approach. What did I mean by that? I let her know that I want to do some things for her that she need to be done. I didn't ask her what she want. I let her know that it's some things I want to do for her, what she need. Yeah, she scratched her head. But this is what I said. Jesus is all in. So I had to follow Jesus' footsteps. I let Cinderella know that I want to be all in. This is the example that I gave her. I said, imagine we are at a pool. The water is cold. The pool is 12 feet deep. I said, two ways we could get in that pool. I said, we could dive in or we could ease in. And I told her this, I'm willing to go ahead and dive into the water. I'm willing to get wet. The water is cold. Now you have an option, Cinderella. You could either ease into the pool, the water's going to be cold anyway, or you could dive in and come on out there with me. I will prefer that you dive in. That's the approach Jesus take with the church. Jesus wants the church to be 100% in. Mention, the deep part. What is Cinderella cannot swim? I'm her lifeguard. I'm not God, but I'm her lifeguard. I will hold her up so she will not drown. That's how the Lord does when he loved the church. The Lord holding the church up so the church will not drown in sin. Do you follow what I'm saying? So a man's supposed to love just as Christ loved the church and gave himself up for her. What does it mean he gave himself up for her? He was willing to love the church, and as you all know, to give his life up as far as death. And I have said it before, sister, if a man is not willing to lay his life down for you, he doesn't love you. Only a man of God will understand what I'm saying. A man of the world cannot understand what I'm saying. If a man in the world come and sit down at the dinner table with us tonight, if a man of the world come and stand around and see what's on the menu, this what I just said, it would sound foolish to him because he's not spiritual discerned. Now, in order to love a woman on an in-depth way, remember I said comprehensive and thorough, extensive or profound, done carefully and in great detail. Now, a man has to love his woman in great detail. And he has to master, he has to have a skill that is proficient to be able to do it. Now, this is where Jesus come in again. A man, and I have said it before, a man does not have a manual of the woman in his life or potential woman in his life. But who has the blueprint? That's the question. Who has the blueprint to that woman? None other than Jesus Christ. So Jesus had the blueprint, brother, to the woman that you may be interested in. So if Jesus had a blueprint, what is he? He's the architect, right? He got the blueprint. He draw the plans. He know how to build a house, which lead to a home. So, brother, you need to go to the architect that has the blueprint, which is Jesus the Christ. Christ is not his last name. Christ is his position. He's the anointed one. So when you go to the architect, brother, he got some things on that plan that could tell you how to do it. So first you got to go to the master architect. When you go to the master architect, he has to enter into your spirit. When the Lord enter into your spirit, he coming in with the blueprint. He know how it needs to be done. So when the Lord come into your spirit, he's going to bring the material to you. What is the material? The material is the woman herself. So when the Lord Jesus bring the material to you, his spirit is in you. So when his spirit is in you, he's going to lay out that blueprint in front of you, and he's going to tell you what to do with the material that he brought in front of you. Because the woman, the Bible clearly say that the man was not created for the woman, but the woman was created for the man. That's what the Bible clearly say. The Bible also clearly say that it's not good for man to be alone. So he already know that you have a desire. He know that the woman that he bring to you have a desire. He know that you need, he wants you to love that woman the right way because she need to be loved the right way. Because God is not going to bring you someone's trash. God going to bring you some treasure that a worldly man did not see. So she could have had a previous relationship with men, plural, or man. But that man or those men were not the one that God had in his mind. God had you in mind, brother, for that particular woman. Even though if you had a pair. So, brother, this is what you need to understand, brother. All that stuff that you hear in the barbershop, all that stuff that you hear from your guy friends, even some of your daddies, some of them don't even know. Some of them don't know what I'm telling you. You see, most of the time, men tell other men how their thing about loving women. You know what most men think loving a woman? Most men think loving a woman is this. I got to make some money. I got to buy a big house. I got to take care of her completely. I got to make her happy. I got to throw down good in the bed with her. If I could do some of these things, that's showing her that I love her. Wrong. Just because you got a good job or you got your own business, just because you could put a woman in a big house, You cannot make her happy. There are so many men that go through their life, or you got a lot of money. That can't make her happy because she's gonna be wanting more. You know what that woman gonna be wanting? She got a hunger in her. You make her move her in a big house, you make her have all that money and all that kind of stuff. You make her take her on elaborate trips and all that kind of stuff. But that woman got a yearning in her heart. She got a yearning for two things. She would have a yearning for God present itself, and she would have a yearning for the right man that could lead and guide her. And not only that, a real woman, she wants to know that you have the spirit of the Lord in you. Worldly men will never tell you what I just said. Worldly women will never tell you what I just said. That's why I told you in the opening, I said there are many relationship coaches, DVDs, and all kind of stuff that tell men how to love a woman, but most men, as well as a lot of women, don't know. Most men that you listen to and most women that you listen to tell you what to do, what you need, what you want to do, but they use the word need, but they're really saying want. So most of the time they trying to tell you what bait to use to get a woman. How you doing, cousin Ophelia? How you doing? Welcome to the dinner table. So most men and women, they tell you how to bait a woman. You don't bait a woman. A woman is not a fish. Why you want to use a hook and put a bait on the hook? When you go fishing, my brother, when you go fishing, my sister, you put a bait on the hook and you hope that the fish is dumb enough to just be interested in that bait and don't see the hook. And that's what most men and women teach you. A lot of women teach you how to put what type of bait on the hook to get a woman. Most of these women that you listen to, they will never tell you about the architect named Jesus. They will not tell you. They would tell you from their little girl talk, the little not barbershop, but beauty shop and all that other crazy stuff. They don't tell you about how to do something that got substance in it. Most women that are relationship coaches, they don't know what they're talking about, because most women that are relationship coaches, they are not even in a serious, committed, or covenant relationship. Most men that talk to you, my brothers and sisters, they are not in a serious, committed, and covenant relationship. Let me tell you this, my brother and sister, most of these people that tell you about relationship, they don't even have no scars of a relationship. They don't know. Most of the people that tell you stuff about relationship, you need to find out what type of relationship they're in. How can somebody that's not in a serious, committed, and covenant relationship, that got some battle scars in their life, that have flunked some tests, that have fallen on their face, tell you, my brother, and tell you, my sister, what you must do in a relationship? Don't listen to no one that doesn't have Christ as the architect and the one that got the blueprint tell you how it is for a man to woo a woman. So in order like a man to woo a woman, like I said, the man must have the spirit of Christ in him. The spirit of Christ has the blueprint. When he entered into the man, the spirit of Christ has the blueprint. So the blueprint, the spirit of the Lord witness to the man's spirit, which translated to his soul. The spirit lay out the blueprint to the soul. It lays it out in a man's mind. It lays it out in front of a man's will. It lays it out in front of a man's emotions. It said, this is what you need to do first. This is what you need to do second. This is what you need to be third, fourth, fifth, sixth, and seventh. Why did I stop at the number 7? Because the number 7 represents complete. So when the Lord gives you the blueprint, it's going to be 7 points in there that you must complete as far as wooing a woman. But you need the Spirit of the Lord to do it. When the Spirit of the Lord translated to your soul, Your soul, and I have mentioned this before, your soul is going to get some workers. And when your soul get this worker, it's going to represent um, the material that the Lord bring in, and these workers is going to help you to build it up. The main worker is the Spirit, the Holy Spirit going to help you. The Holy Spirit is going to listen to what the Lord say. And when the Holy Spirit listens to what the Lord say, the Holy Spirit is going to tell you how to build that relationship with that woman that the Lord bring to you. So it's a spiritual thing that translated to the soul. And how does the soul do it? It has to translate it to your body because your body got to carry it out. It goes into that order. You see, brother, to love a woman the right way, you have to love her from inside out. Worldly men love a woman from outside in with things that perish daily. That's the world way. That's Satan way. But a godly man, he love a woman from the inside out because he understands that a woman have a spirit. He understands that a woman have a soul and a body. Worldly men look at it this way. She got a body. I don't know much about a soul. The only thing that I know about a soul is soul food or soul music. But worldly men don't know nothing about the soul. They don't realize that inside that woman, she needs to have the Spirit of the Lord because she got a soul. So the most important thing that a man's supposed to master is how to make sure that that woman's soul is saved first, not her body. Most worldly men think about the woman's body. That's what most worldly men think, the woman's body outside in. And then hopefully I could say something to get her hooked. That's not how to love a woman. And then some of you sisters, you have been bamboozled, you have been hoodwinked, and you think that that man love you. A worldly man don't know how to love you. A worldly man know how to give you things that you want, but a worldly man do not know how to love you. How come? So when when a worldly man give you some trinkets, how you doing, little sister Renee? When a worldly man give you some little trinkets, and when you like to show it out to your girlfriend, your family and stuff, and then your girlfriend and family say, he must have really loved you because he did that for you. That's wrong. What your family and your friend need to ask you, what type of relationship that they have with the Lord, the architect. If he doesn't have no, I don't care what that man gave you, sister. Worldly man can like you. That's the deepest a worldly man can like you. Worldly men, they use the word love. They don't know what love is. It's just like that group in a long time ago in the 80s. You all remember that song called I Want to Know What Love Is. I Want You to Show Me. That was a nice song. Why would a man sing a song, I want to know what love is, I want you to show me? That was a nice song. But the man was asking a woman, show me how to love you. The average woman don't know how she need to be loved. She know how she wants to be loved. Only a spiritual woman know that it takes a spiritual driven man to love her. No worldly man can love a spiritual woman, which you sister, most of you are single. No, you're gonna always have a thirst for the Lord, and you're gonna always have a thirst for a spiritual man. Because you see, when the Lord gives this spiritual man that blueprint to love you, you're going to be able to use your wisdom, your knowledge, your understanding, your discernment, because you're gonna see that man trying to build something with you. And when that man trying to build something with you, he's not trying to only build a house. He is trying to build a house so the house could be a home. You understand? He looking to have a home inside of the house. It's a difference of what a house is and what a home is. A home is what's going on the inside of the house. As you know, when you look at stuff on TV or whatever, when you see people, they be standing up, they be signing something, and they say, we just purchased our first home. You ain't purchasing no first home. You paying the mortgage to a bank. If you haven't paid the house completely out, you got yourself into a mortgage, and it's not yours. You sign on with a bank or a mortgage company. Don't get it twisted. It's not yours until you get the deed. Key thing, until you get the deed. So, brothers, in order to get to deed of a woman, you got to go not to a bank, not to a mortgage company. You got to go to the Lord. And when you go to the Lord got the deed to the woman. When the Lord bring the woman to you, you don't have to put no down payment. What house do you know, my brother, that you can just get and you really didn't do too much to get it? What person you know just gonna come with a house completely ready for you, and you didn't have to do much leg work? Only God. When God bring that right woman to you, brother, you need to listen to this. It's out. She already paid for. How is she paid for? She paid with the Lord blood, just like he paid for you. So when the Lord bring a woman to you, she's going to be completely right for you. Worldly men and worldly women just don't know what I just said. If anybody come in here at the dinner table, standing around, they never heard of this, what I'm talking about before. When the Lord bring a woman to you, brother, she's complete in the Lord. And she's going to be the right woman. So when she brings you the right woman, the Lord will teach you how to do it. He will guide you how to do it. He will show you how to do it firsthand. Because when the Lord bring a woman to you and he give it to you, he going to not only do that. A woman, again, brother, is just like, let's hypothetically say, she's just like a car. When the Lord bring a car to you, it's already paid for. It's already paid for. Everything is completely done. It's the highest standard. When the Lord bring that woman to you, she just like a high-end car. Everything is complete. She is fully loaded. When the Lord bring a woman to you, brother, just like a car, she is fully loaded. She got all the newest features. And guess what? The new car smell does never wear out. You notice when you get a new car, you have that new car smell, and after a while it goes. When the Lord brings a right woman to you, she's gonna always have that new car smell. What do I mean by that? I mean by the Holy Spirit. She's gonna have that sweet smell in her. That's because of the content of her character. You see, when the Lord brings the right car to you, we're using the car as an illustration for a woman. He's going to also have a good manual for you. The manual that he's going to have for you never seen that kind of manual before. And in that manual, it's going to tell you more than just push a button and the car start. A manual going to show you how to maintain the car. It's going to show it got a part in there about maintenance, oil change, transmission, engine changing, checkup, and all that kind of stuff. That's what the manual for. That's what you need, brother, from the Lord when he bring the right woman to you. The Lord going to bring a man, not only if he building a house, he got the blueprint. If it's a car, if a woman's a car, he's going to bring you a manual. So you could really get the best out of her. So when you get the best out of her, guess what? She's going to perform better for you. But you got to do your part. You got to keep up the maintenance. You understand? You got to keep up the maintenance. Do you want your car to perform? Do you want your car to go down on the road? Do you want that? She gonna have an automatic, the best GPA system in her. She got a bed called, guess what? GPS, that's how we get direction and stuff, right? She gonna have the best in her, cause you know what? She got the Lord as her GPS. You won't get lost with this type of woman. She gonna know what she's supposed to do. She's gonna know that she's supposed to perform at the top level. You're gonna master how to keep up with this particular woman, the car, what the Lord brings to you, this high-end car. You're going to be able to perform because you're going to be able, the Lord going to give you the skills because it's going to be like you are a mechanic, brother. You're going to be that mechanic. You ain't gonna take her to no shade tree places. You're going to do it yourself. You're going to work on that engine. You're going to work on that engine. You're going to keep it clean. You're going to have a nice, so when people see you in that high-end car, they're going to say, whoa, I bet you that car costs a lot of money. Look, that car look good. That's how your woman going to be, brother. When people see you with that woman, they're going to say, whoa, look at that, what he got. I wonder how much he paid for that. She sure looking good. Look at it. She sure looking good. That's what people are going to do when they see that the Lord brought you the right woman. And you going to love that woman like you never loved that woman before. And only a spiritual driven man know exactly what I'm saying. When the Lord bring the right woman to you, the Lord going to teach you, guide you, and show you how to love her the right way. You're going to have great empathy for that woman. You're going to love that woman with your heart. When you listen to her, brother, you're not going to only listen, you're going to hear her with your ears, but you're going to listen to her with your heart because you're going to have great empathy for her. She is a female. She is emotional. So if she's a female and she is emotional, the Lord going to fine tune it. He's going to put you all, if it's a radio station, he's going to put you on the right frequency with her. As you know, my brother, as you know, my sister, if you turn the radio to different, if you turn the radio, it got different frequency for different channels, right? So the Lord going to teach you to turn to the right channel because he's going to bring in the right frequency, which is his Holy Spirit. So you're going to be riding and you're going to be listening to some beautiful music and you're going to stay on that station. They're going to be your favorite station. When the Lord bring that woman to your life, she's going to be your favorite station. You may think about going to another station, but now you want to be on this station. Like Smokey Robinson say, I love when we cruising together. And that's what it's going to be when the Lord bring the right woman to your life. You're going to be listening to Smokey Robinson. I love when we cruise together. You all remember that song, right? So you love that woman from a spirit. You're going to love that woman's soul. Then when it gets to her body, you see, it's going to be more than her body because encasing that woman is the spirit of the Lord and her soul. You're interested in you and that woman being together with the Lord down the road. So you interested in her spirit and her soul. So you're interested in that. And the real woman is inside the body. That's what a lot of men do not understand. The real woman is inside the body. That woman that you met 25 years ago, if you with a woman from high school, you look at those high school pictures, she doesn't look like that no more. She's going to change. That's what a lot of men don't understand. Your woman is going to change in appearance. And that's what some of you women need to know. The man going to change in time. For example, there's this Christmas party what my high school going to have in a few days, right? When you go to a Christmas party, those people that used to be see in high school, you're going to see them, but they're not what they used to be in high school. I'm 60 years old, and let me see how long I've been out of school. Let me see. What year is it? 2022 minus 2022 minus. I've been out of school 43 years. I've been out of high school 43 years. So when I go to this Christmas party, possibly, I haven't decided yet. If I go, she going with me. If we go to this Christmas party, people that I knew 43 years ago, I will be able to recognize them, but they're not the same. You understand? When they see me, they will remember me, but I'm not the same. But they'll know that's Tony T. Now they're going to Tony M. Toomer. That's what they're going to know, right? So why am I saying this? Your woman is the same way, brother. When you met her, she's going to change. You're going to recognize her, but she's going to change. If she had the spirit of the Lord in her, her soul going to be more sweeter day by day. Even though her body is going away, what you was accustomed to, like your body is going away, like she was accustomed to, she's going to be sweeter and sweeter and sweeter, long as she have contact with the Lord. So you must master how to love a woman, and you must master how to love her with the relationship with God. You cannot master how to love your woman without God. For example, I'm still learning. I'm an apprentice. I'm up under the stewardship of the Lord. I am an apprentice because I don't know how to love her completely like I need to love. So I am still an apprentice under the Lord. I'm still going to the shop, and he's teaching me little things. You need to do it this way, Tony. You need to do it that way. Don't do this, Tony. Do it this way. I'm an apprentice. So if a man learns to love a woman, he got to be an apprentice, and he got to be a steward up under the Lord so he can understand how to do what he needs to do for his woman. So when you love her body, you love her spirit, her soul. Now when you love her body, you got to understand it, brother. You want to do everything that keep your woman body up to par, because you want to help her to keep her body up to par. Because guess what? When you marry that woman, the Bible clearly said, bone of my bone, flesh of my flesh, I should call a woman. And you see, when you see her body, when you look at that woman body, when you see your woman body, you should be thrilled all the time. That's right. When you see her body, you need to be thrilled all the time. When you see her body, not only does her spirit turn you on, how you doing, Sister Tierra? Work to the dinner table. Not only does her spirit turn you on, because she got the Lord, not only does her soul turn you on, because she got her emotion is stable. She is willing to be a partner. She's willing to be on a team, and her mind is sound. She is a wise woman that has knowledge. She has wisdom. She has knowledge. She has understanding. She has discernment from her soul. So she's a balanced woman. Now, when it comes to her body, how you doing, Abundance 369? Work to the dinner. Now, when it comes to her body, you talk about a high level of intimacy, my brothers. When you know that when that woman got a sweet spirit, when that woman got a sweet soul, and you are growing in love with her, you don't fall in love with your woman. You grow in love, because you see, your woman is just like a plant. You plant the seed, and once you plant that seed of love in her, she is going to grow. And when your woman is growing, brother, you cultivating, because you plant the seed, and then the Lord is giving the increase. And while the Lord is giving the increase, your woman, she's going to continue to grow and grow. Then she's going to flourish into a beautiful tree, and she's going to have so many beautiful fruits that are going to be on that tree because of the Lord in there. You planted the tree, you cultivating it, because you got to do something, brother. You can't just let the Lord do everything. You cultivate. And the Lord going to give the increase. And why the Lord giving the increase? Because you cultivating, you still doing things. You understand? You still doing things. So what happened when you doing all these things, when you loving her the right way? And she's going to be surprised, because another man ain't never loved her like you loved her. She thought that she was in love with old boy from the past, but she never seen a love like this before. You know why she never seen a love like this before? because you are a man of God. That she thought she knew what love was. That's why I said earlier, most men don't know, as well as a lot of women do not have a clue of what it's like to love a woman. Most women today, they don't know how a man's supposed to love them. Most of them, most women have not experienced a spiritual man loving them. But when a spiritual man loves a woman that got the spirit of God, then she would know. So the man loving her spirit because of the Lord, he loving her soul because the Lord's spirit is working on her soul. Then it comes to her body. You will not abuse her body. Let me put this. When you love a woman, you're not going to abuse her mentally. You're not going to abuse her emotionally, and you're not going to abuse her body. That's for those guys that like to hit women upside the head and stuff like that. So you're not abusing her mentally. You're not abusing her emotionally. And you're not abusing her body, because you know her body is the temple of the Lord. That's what you know. Only spiritual men know that his woman body is the temple of the Lord. And he know that the Lord staying in that woman, and he know that the woman's soul is in the body too. So he know that the spirit of the Lord is in the woman, and he know that the woman's soul is in there. So if you hurt her, you're going to hurt the Lord, because the Lord's spirit is inside the body. So when it comes to the woman body, you're going to take care of it. You're going to be gentle to her body. So this is for mature, what I'm about to talk about now, this is for only mature women and men. Let me get some water. You ready? When a man is passionate to a woman, he passionate love her from inside out. So when a man loves his woman the right way, he's going to be very passionate, especially when it comes to the physical part of the relationship. Now, the spirit is higher than that. The soul is higher than that. But a woman has to be satisfied spiritually. Her soul needs to be satisfied. Now you got to feed her body. So when it comes to her spirit, brother, that's when you have to talk to her about the Lord. Okay, you guiding her to the Lord. Okay, and you got to refresh her basically daily. When it comes to the soul, you got to know how to talk to her. You got to show empathy to her, because you got to get into where you on the same frequency with her emotions. Because women always say, this is how I feel, you make me feel, and all that. They're into their emotions. So you got to get in tune on the same frequency. So when you get to her body, when you get into that intimate part with her body, you're going to realize that the spirit, the soul, and the body is connected, and it is weaved so beautiful together when you know your woman on an intimate level. And the only way you're gonna know your woman on an intimate level, when we go back to Ephesians 5:25, Ephesians 5:25, Ephesians 5:25, it said, husband, love your wife just as Christ loved the church and gave himself up for her. So when you love your woman, brother, and this go back to Corinthians 2, brother, your body is not your body, it's your wife's body. And sister, your body is not your body, it's your husband's body. That's why you need to understand what it means to be one body. Bone of my bone, flesh of my flesh. I should call a woman because she came from man. Now, the Bible say in Genesis that, and Adam knew his wife. What does that mean when Adam knew his wife? Just think about it. When the Bible said Adam knew his wife, what does that mean? So, and that happened after the fall. And we ain't talking about the weather fall, we talk about when Adam and Eve messed up. When the Bible said Adam knew his wife, then the first thing it said, then she bare Cain. So what does that imply? That means that he had a physical relationship with Eve, right? So, brother, When God bring the right woman to you, it may not produce no offspring, but when the Lord bring the right woman to you, you're gonna know her in another way that you never knew her. Don't you know, brother, and don't you know, sister, when you have the right person in your life and you be physical, intimate with them, it's more than girlfriend and boyfriend. It's more than just a hookup. It's a deeper level that you will never experience unless the Lord is in the relationship. Like I always say, brother, if you have a physical relationship with a woman or sister, if you have a physical relationship with a man, the only thing a man could really get out of a word of man, a word of woman, the man could get an ejaculation and the woman could get a climax if she's not faking. Okay. That's the only thing you could get. And once the man get his ejaculation, he's up here, then he drop down. And once a woman have her climax, she up here and she drop down. So if the man drop down after his ejaculation, and after the woman drop down after her climax, what do you have? The only thing that's gonna come to your mind, now what? Now I need to get up and wash off. What else you got to do? You see, it goes beyond that, brothers. It goes beyond it, sister. It's a thing where you more in tune with her, brother, and she's more in tune with you. And you discover a deeper love because it's the spirit, the soul, and the body is weaved together. And only men and women know if they do it God's way. There's no way you can experience that feeling or the utopia unless you're doing it the right way. And some of you're playing with yourself, you're playing with your time, and you will never experience what I'm talking about unless you do it the right way. There's a lot of men and a lot of women, you can't do no more unless you do it God's way. Which leads to this, brother. When you master how to love your woman in an in-depth level, guess what you get out of it? You're gonna get a reward out of it. And what do you get? Sister, I need to let you know that you know how men equate love. Let me give you a little secret. If you don't know, you're gonna know tonight. You know how men equate love? Men don't love you the way you think love is, sister. This is how men equate love. It come in one word. Aretha Franklin sung this song, but Otis Redding sung it first. You all familiar with Otis Redding you all familiar with Otis, right? This is what Aretha Franklin understood. She sung this song. She said, RESPECT, respect. So, brother, when you sow love into your woman, you are going to reap respect. Sister, that's how men equate love. Listen to me carefully. It's called respect. It's called respect. It's called respect. Brother, when you love your woman the right way, you going to experience, you may not experience respect when you're working for some of those crazy people out there or dealing with people out there. When you are really love a woman, you going to experience respect, RESPECT. That's what it means to me. That's what you're going to get, respect. And sister, you need to understand it tonight. That's how men look at respect. A man look at respect in his face and outside his face. What do I mean by that? A man the man wants to know that when he's not around, his woman is respectful in her talk and how she moves. He don't want to see a woman right this way in his face and then she doing something else out there. You understand? He want that woman to be consistent. Because let me tell you this, sisters. People judge your man based on you a lot. Not only do they base the man on whether he have a relationship with God, but sister, you have a man reputation is built a lot on what type of woman he have in his life. I'm going to give you an example. Let's say your man is a movie star and he's up for an award, a Grammy, and you happen to be his wife. And people know that he's going to the award show because he's going to be recognized. They have this thing called the red carpet. He get out that limo, and you get out the limo. They would say on TV or whatever, there go whatever your man name, Mr. John, Mr. Brown, there go Mr. Brown. He's been considered for actor of the year. When he get out that vehicle, guess who getting out? He gonna stand there, he may turn, he put his hand out, and your hand on his hand, and you step out. The camera is gonna, not only are the camera gonna look at him, they're gonna look at you. So you and that man is walking down the red carpet. People taking pictures of you and everything. Even if that man have on a tuxedo and some Jordans, they're going to look at you. They're going to look at how well you got yourself together. They may not know that much about you. They may know they may know about your name. They're going to look at you and they're going to make a judgment based on how you present yourself. Are you going to get out that limo? Are you going to look glamorous and represent him? Or are you going to look like a hoochie? Are you going to get out that magazine, out that limo, and you're going to dress glamorous and respectful? Or are you going to get out showing all your breasts and all your buttocks and everything? Because the camera's going to be looking at you. And guess what? They're going to be talking about you the next day on TV. They're going to, if your man, whether he win or lose, they're going to talk about you. How you were dressed, how you presented yourself. Because society, they look at the woman, and the woman have a bearing on that man. That's how it goes. Not only will the man have a relationship with the Lord, they're going to look at the woman. Don't you know, brother, the woman that you have in your life, people look at your woman. They look at your woman, bro. That's why, brother, it's very important that you select the right woman, especially if God gives you a purpose in life. You got to select the right woman. It's a prerequisite. And, brother, when you select the right woman with the Lord's help, you got to watch everything that you do. You don't want nothing threatening when you building. When the Lord put a purpose in your life, brother, and you building, the woman that come in your life, she's going to be building with you because she's your helpmeet. So while you building, you don't need no scatterwag outside threatening your relationship. That's why you have to be very careful of those scatterwags out there, because some of the scatterwags want your woman's place. When they see God is lifting you up, when they see God is elevating you, brother, there's some scallywags out there that want to take your woman's place. There's some scallywags out there, brother, that just want to tap your relationship. There are some scallywags out there that just want the light to shine on them like you got, like your woman is getting to shine. So, brother, why would you allow the Lord to build a house with the right woman, and you leave her while the Lord is building? Some men, when the Lord is lifting them up, elevating, some of these guys, they get the big head. And when these guys get the big head, they want to leave the woman that the Lord put in their life, and he was building a house and a home with that woman. Some men, they get to the point where they want something new. What they don't know is these scatterwags, they come in when you at the top. And they want what that woman contribute into your life. The world may not know that woman, but you know she was there being your biggest cheerleader. You know that when you were disappointed, when you were dropping tears, she was there encouraging you. She was nurturing you in our way. She was nurturing your spirit. She was nurturing your soul. She would nourish your body. She would make sure that you was on point. Now, why would you want to? As a matter of fact, what the name of that movie that Whitney Houston Um, Whitney Houston was on it. Loretta Devine. Um, what that lady name? Whitney Houston, Loretta Devine, Angela Bassett, and there was this other lady. What other lady name? But remember the Angela Bassett character. Remember, she took a back seat and she helped her husband to grow, right? And he started, and yeah, waiting to exhale. Thank you, Sister Mo. You remember, she was there with this man as he was building. And as he was building, he got to the top of his where he was at. And then he wanted to pull away from the woman that was there with him from the beginning. That's right, Lala Rashad, something like that. Yeah, you're right, Sister Tia. Thank you. Sister Moore, thank you. So listen, why, brother, will you leave a woman and a scatterwag come and she want to stand in there? All that scatterwag want is to shine. She don't love you. You don't know whether she love you. Satan bring those kind of women into your life to mess up what you built. And they come, they're going to get pregnant on you. They're going to try to get some of the stuff, because that's all they want. They want the stuff. They want the popularity. They want the shine. And they want the stuff. And they're going to come after you. And when they come after you, a lot of them, they're going to come. Okay, that's right. Michael Beach play Angela Bass Holman. Thank you, sister. Thank you for saying that, Sister Moore. They're going to come after you, brother. They don't want you. They want what you have. That woman that grew up with you, she loved you for you. Back of that, she respected you. When she respected you, you were supposed to love her. You knew her while you were growing. You don't know those scatterwags out there. All you know is she like, her name is Judy with the big booty. That's all you know, Judy with the big booty. And that's all you were going for, the booty. Even though your woman may not have what Judy got. She have a little something back there. But she got a heart. She had a heart of gold. She got the Lord in her. So, brother, if you're looking for respect, you must master how to love your woman on an in-depth level. And the only way you're going to do it, the secret is the Lord has the blueprint. You have to get the blueprint out of the Lord's hand, but the Lord is not going to give you the blueprint unless he know you're going to go the distance. He's going to build a house. Because the house cannot stand without the Lord being there. You got to understand that. No house stands without the Lord being there. No tree produce fruit unless it has a vine, and the Lord is the vine. Because the vine has the life in it. The Lord said, you can't do nothing without me. So, brother, you want to learn how to love a woman? The Lord said, you can't do nothing without me. So you can't do. So if you don't have the Lord, you can't do nothing without him. You understand? So, do you want respect, brother? Love her in an in-depth way. Sister, you want love? Respect him. Sister, how do you respect him? You need the Lord in your life. Sister, you don't have no manual to the man. You have to be taught and shown how to respect the man. Your mama could tell you to respect your man. Your girl could tell you to respect the man, or you could listen to Tammy Wynette's song. You all remember that song that Tammy Wynette had out some years ago? Stand by your man. Some of you sisters, you may need to listen to that song. Stand by your man. You need to stand by him, even though he may do a goofball thing sometime. You got to. Like Tammy said, stand by your man. And that's right, Abonna 369. Men equate respect with love. Some of you women, You got to learn that. If you didn't learn nothing else, yeah, you might come. You may try to cook his favorite hamburger. You make her do all that other stuff. But the thing that men look at is respect. Does she respect me in my face and when I'm not around? A man needs you because the man represents the Lord. So if the man represents the Lord, he got to be conscious of what he does out there. He got to be very conscious because he represents the Lord. And the woman got to be very conscious because she represents the Lord and her husband. You understand? So you have to be very conscious of what you're doing. That's why both the man and both the woman, they need the Lord. And I hope, my brothers, and I hope, my sister, that you got something out of this at the dinner table. I hope that you did, because I want you all to share it with some more family members and friends. Like and share. I appreciate it. Those of you that are on the tube, hit that subscribe button, become a subscriber. Do that and share. Those of you down the book, do your thing, like and share. Okay. Those of you that be making responses at the dinner table, I really appreciate that. Those of you that help me to try to remember some things, like Sister Tiara, and the rest of you, Sister Flo, Sister Shara, Sister Teresa, and the rest of you all. I may not call out all your names, but thank you all so much for helping me sometime when I get, I should have had a VAD moment. Thank you all so much. I hope that you all have a good night. I love you, brothers. I love you, sisters. Peace out.